It's Henry. I'm Mowers. Good morning. Late start today. It's almost noon, but it's not as hot as it used to be. I think once you hit September, you're getting closer to fall, so it's calmed down a bit. Thank goodness, because decent weather now to wrench outdoors. I woke up this morning much richer than I did when I went to sleep last night, because today is the first day of the Apple stock trading at the post 4-for-1 split price. So I have now quadrupled the amount of shares of Apple stock than I did yesterday, because they split 4-to-1. Also, if you're rich enough to own some Tesla stock, 5-to-1 split. So you have 5 times more stock for Tesla stock. Even after the split, Tesla is trading at about $450 a share. I don't own any Tesla stock. I own some Nikola stock, the other type of electric vehicle stock. That's trading at about $42. So if you guys own some Apple stock, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Even after the split, it's up $3 as I speak right now. I also woke up and looked at my phone and noticed that the Let Go app is now kaput. Apparently they merged with the app OfferUp. I downloaded OfferUp a few times in the past, but I never really liked it, so I'm quite disappointed in that. If you guys trade stuff on Let Go, you'll know that Let Go recently have been charging you money now to repost your stuff. So let's say I reposted a mower, right? It just stays up there for the longest time. But then now, after it expires, after a week or so, you have to pay to reactivate it. I'm not a big fan of paying for that stuff, because I'll still just use Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist. Those are all free. That's right, free. So now they made you download OfferUp again, because now it's called OfferUp/Let Go, And it almost seems like OfferUp is like the parent company, because they got rid of the Let Go app, and it's now OfferUp/Let Go. They got to do something about that name, because it doesn't roll off your tongue, Hey, did you use OfferUp/Let Go? Either use Let Go or use OfferUp. One of those names, not both, So for the time being, I'm not doing anything with OfferUp or Let Go, because, well, Let Go's kaput, right? You can't list anything. The app doesn't even really work, Guess I'll have to retake pictures again and re-upload them on OfferUp. Kind of a pain, huh? Anyway, this is the last of the 3 items I got from my friend Mike over at Mike's Lawn Service /Babylon, _Babylon. It's a John Deere Js26 self-propelled lawnmower. Just from looking at it, right, you'll see that the brake cable is missing. So somebody had to use some a coat hanger and just compress the spring so that the magneto kill is not on, and the brake for the flywheel is not on. So the story with this cable, and this is probably the 2nd or 3rd time I've heard of it, once from my friend Jason Pate, and also from Robert Nighthawk, who told me that this brake cable is like $110. Well, who the hell is gonna pay $110 for a damn brake cable, right? So what I'm gonna do, if this engine runs, right, it's a Quantum, I would probably take that spring out so that it's not compressed, right, and just do like a handle that, you do that to have it on, you do that to shut it off, but you won't be able to stop. I don't know. Maybe I'll concoct some kind of brake cable, apparently it's a loop, it goes over here, but then there's a loop that connects onto something here, but you can't really see it, there's a hole here for the Z-bend, right? But it's supposed to be held onto somewhere in there. What a pain. I'm hoping that that's the reason why they threw this out, was because the cable cost $110, or they didn't want to fabricate something to get it to work, So maybe if you compressed it and it just works, maybe, It's got no gas in it. And let's check the Earl. All right, it's got some Earl in it. Decent. It's brown looking, but it's not black, you know what I mean? Means it's old oil, but it's not deteriorated. The front self-propulsion is locked up. You can't push it. See? You have to lift it up to roll. So the front self-propulsion is locked up. That's always a pain to work on too, you know? I don't know how the carburetor is. I would imagine the carburetor needs cleaning too. You guys have noticed recently, I've been uploading later and later now. The reason why is because ever since I got the GoPro 7 Black, my files have been so much bigger now. And because the files are so big and such high quality resolution, right? Instead of just uploading 2 or 3 gigs at a time, now I'm uploading like 6 to 8 gigs, you know, which takes hours to upload on YouTube. Lately, I've been having a lot of trouble uploading too. I mean, I once spent like 10 hours trying to upload a video. I mean, it's completely engulfed my life, you know. It's not desirable to spend that kind of time on it, you know. So every time you guys get a video, you should see what happens in the back room, you know. I mean, I'm really struggling and waiting all day just to upload this stuff. So I hope you guys appreciate it. Videos a day? That's why all those other guys only, you know, give you a video once every week or every 2 weeks, you know? Because it's hard to upload all these videos, especially in high quality. So while I said this was the third item that I got from Mike, right? The other two was the black Craftsman push mower I fixed yesterday. And prior to that, the first thing was the Echo CS400 chainsaw. So I just put some gas in here, and let's give it a couple of pulls and see if it starts. This doesn't work, obviously. You have that thing compressed, right? So I'm just going to pull it. I'm going to take the cover off so I can spray some go-go juice in the carburetor. 5/16 to get this cover off. Holy cow. Lots of rust. Auto choke seems to work, the mechanism. I'm going to spray some go-go juice in here. Today I'm using contact cleaner, which is probably Lucas Oil's best carb cleaner because it doesn't blow up the gaskets. For my friends at Lucas Oil, ooh, let's give her a try. Hey. How about that, huh? All right, so we know we're getting spark, right? I'm glad that happened because I was about to go take the spark plug out. It looks like it's getting spark, which means that the spring is compressed correctly. Alright, well, seems like it runs, you know, it sounds okay, you know. Carburetor probably definitely needs cleaning, you know. So let's get to that real quick. So as you guys saw, I in time lapse cleaned the carburetor. Had a lot of like this tar buildup on inside the bowl. You know, the float seems a little hinky. You know what I mean? The float. You know, when you put the float down, it's supposed to be resting parallel to the carburetor. It's kind of sticking up, which means that the seat is bad. Got to change a seat. But I put it on here anyway. As you can see, it's also leaking a little bit of gas coming out of that bowl nut, the jet nut. So gaskets are bad on that after you take it out and clean it, you know. I have another carburetor that I could just put on here, which I'll probably do if this doesn't work, you know. But I'm gonna leave everything off. I'm just gonna pull start it and see if it starts. Remember, there's no kill, so if it starts, I'll have to choke it for it to stop. Engine runs really well. I tried the self-propulsion, the handle, doesn't work, it's seized. So I'm gonna get another carburetor and replace that, put everything back so we know the engine runs just fine, you know? And then we'll tackle the it kind of rolls now. Bet you the cable's just seized, and then we're gonna have to figure out some kind of a kill bail handle brake cable kind of setup, you know? I'll have to take apart that entire assembly, the handle assembly, just to see how it works, see if we can shove some kind of brake cable in there. But that's all it needed was a carb clean. Seems to run pretty well. Alright, as you guys saw, I just changed the carburetor really quick. Let's just see if it starts and runs like the other one. How about that? This one doesn't work. So I took that carburetor off, and guess what? It was completely trashed. Really dirty inside. Could have sworn I cleaned it. Must be another one. Put the original back on, but I used the gasket from the second one. So I put it back on, I connected it, and it's not leaking. So let's see if it starts now. Got to figure out some kind of cable system. So I got a brand new cable. I have a stock pile of like 5 or 6 new cables, but this one was actually, I mean, it's perfect in length, right? But it was a little too long, especially when I put it in this hole. I guess if I put this in this hole, it would work. But this hole holds the drive cable. So look at that. It works perfectly. I just had to tie off this end to take off the slack. Took some thin wire, wrapped it around. Then I'm gonna take some black electrical tape and just cover up this yucky stuff, you know? but it works. Saved 110 bucks. So there you go. I think I paid about $5 for the cable. Hey. How about that, huh? So, didn't have to spend $110, not that I would have anyway, you know. But swapped out a carburetor, cleaned them both, I guess. Used the bowl and the gasket from another one, made one good one so it doesn't leak. Runs great. Tomorrow we're going to tackle the self-propulsion. Hate dealing with that stuff, you know, because it's so sensitive in certain areas, you know. It takes a lot of research and, you know, figuring out how every self-propulsion system works, because they seemingly are all different, you know. But wheels seem to now roll, which means I've unlocked it somehow, you know what I mean. But as you can see, when I pull this rod, it still doesn't engage it, you know. But it seems like I might have disengaged the front wheels, because now it's not locked up, you know. But we'll figure that out tomorrow. Today we did a carburetor clean, carburetor swap, we fixed the brake handle, magneto brake, flywheel brake assembly. So now we have a John Deere Js26 that runs and mows. All we need to do is now figure out the self-propulsion. If we can't figure it out, or it's broken, or it'll cost too much money to fix, we'll just take the self-propulsion out and just have it as a John Deere push mower. Thanks a lot for joining me on today's episode. We'll see you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.
See you guys next time on Mowers and Blowers.